Section 17D, Information Access, Cybersecurity, and Mobility. 1715, the Privacy Act. The Privacy Act of 1974, as amended, establishes a code of fair information practices that govern the collection, maintenance, use, and dissemination of personal information about individuals that is maintained in a system of records by federal agencies. The Privacy Act provides individuals with a means by which to seek access to and amend their records and sets forth agency record-keeping requirements. Disclosure of information. Privacy Act rights are personal to the individual who is the subject of the record and cannot be asserted derivatively by others. The Privacy Act prohibits the disclosure of information from a system of records without written consent of the subject individual. Individuals might have the right to request access or amendment to their records in a system. The parent of any minor or the legal guardian of an incompetent may act on behalf of that individual. Collection of information. The Privacy Act limits the collection of information to what the law or executive orders authorize. System of Records notices must be published in the Federal Register, allowing the public a 30-day comment period. Such collection must not conflict with the rights guaranteed by the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. A Privacy Act statement must be given when individuals are asked to provide personal information about themselves for collection in a system of records. System of Records Maintenance. Privacy Act System of Records is a group of any records under the control of any agency from which information is retrieved by the individual's name, number, or unique identifier. Note: Department of Defense personnel may disclose records to other offices in the Department of Defense when there is an official need to know, and to other federal government agencies or individuals when a disclosure of record is a routine use, published in the System of Record notices, or as authorized by a Privacy Act exception. In addition, information may be released for a disclosed specified purpose with the subject's consent. The Office of Primary Responsibility of the data should keep an account of all information they've released. Personally identifiable information. Personally identifiable information in a system of records must be safeguarded to ensure an official need-to-know access of the records and to avoid actions that could result in harm, embarrassment, or unfairness to the individual. The Office of Management and Budget defines a personally identifiable information breach as a loss of control, compromise, unauthorized disclosure, unauthorized acquisition, unauthorized access, or any similar term referring to situations where persons other than authorized users and for an other than authorized purpose have access or potential access to personally identifiable information, whether physical or electronic. For further information, definitions, exemptions, exceptions, or responsibilities and procedures for safeguarding and reporting of personally identifiable information breaches, refer to AFI 33332. 1716. Freedom of Information Act. The Freedom of Information Act provides access to federal agency records, or parts of these records, except those protected from release by specific exemptions. Freedom of Information Act requests are written requests that cite or imply the Freedom of Information Act. The law establishes rigid timelines for applying to requesters and permits assessing fees in certain instances. The Freedom of Information Act imposes mandatory time limits of 20 workdays to either deny the request or release the requested records. The law permits an additional 10-workday extension in the event that specific, unusual circumstances exist. Note: denials require notification of appeal rights. Requesters can file an appeal or litigate. Refer to DODM 5400.07-R AFMAN 33-302 for specific policy and procedures on the Freedom of Information Act and for guidance on disclosing records to the public. 1717. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is defined as the prevention of, damage to, protection of, and restoration of computers, electronic communication systems, wire communication, and electronic communication, including information contained therein, to ensure its availability, integrity, authentication, confidentiality, and non-repudiation. Cybersecurity disciplines include Air Force Risk Management Framework, IT Controls and Countermeasures, Communication Security, Tempest, formerly known as Emissions Security, Air Force Assessment and Authorization, formerly known as Certification and Accreditation Program, and Cybersecurity Workforce Improvement Program. AFI 17130, Cybersecurity Program Management, 13 February 2020, describes risk management and cybersecurity as representations of dynamic, multidisciplinary sets of challenges. Processes and practices must continuously evolve and improve to match the ever-changing threat environment. Cybersecurity Program Risk Management Strategy. The United States Air Force Cybersecurity Program's risk management strategy must ensure that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of all information owned or held in trust by the United States Air Force is protected. The program strategy must also be integrated into all key missions and business processes. To ensure operational agility, cybersecurity capabilities will be balanced to include safety, reliability, interoperability, and ease of use while maximizing performance, as well as promoting transparency and interoperability with United States Air Force mission partners. All United States Air Force personnel are required to complete Information Assurance Awareness training prior to system access and annually thereafter. 5 functions of the United States Air Force Cybersecurity Program. The United States Air Force Cybersecurity Program encompasses the 5 functions briefly described here. Identify. Develop and maintain the organizational understanding required to manage cybersecurity risk. Protect. Implement controls to ensure the delivery of mission-critical infrastructure services. Detect. Possess the ability to detect cybersecurity events when they occur. Respond. Possess the ability to take action regarding detected cybersecurity events. Recover. Possess the ability to remain operationally resilient and to restore capabilities or services that were impaired due to cybersecurity events. 1718. Computer security. Computer security consists of measures and controls that ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information systems assets, including hardware, software, firmware, and information being processed, stored, and communicated. Limited authorized personal use. Government-provided hardware and software are for official use and limited authorized personal use only. Limited personal use must be of a reasonable duration and frequency that has been approved by the supervisor and does not adversely affect performance of official duties, overburden systems, or reflect adversely on the United States Air Force or the Department of Defense. Internet-based capabilities include collaborative tools such as simple notification service, social media, user-generated content, email, instant messaging, and online discussion forums. When accessing internet-based capabilities using federal government resources in an unauthorized personal or unofficial capacity, individuals shall comply with operations security guidance in AFI 10701 and must be compliant with the requirements of DoD 5500.07-R. 1719. Information systems. An information system is a discrete set of information resources organized for the collection, processing, maintenance, use, sharing, dissemination, or disposition of information. Information systems also include specialized systems such as industrial or process controls, telephone switching and private branch systems, and environmental controls. All authorized users must protect information systems against tampering, theft, and loss. Protection occurs by controlling physical access to facilities and data. Ensuring user access to information systems resources is based upon a favorable background investigation, security clearance, and need to know for classified, and ensuring protection of applicable unclassified, sensitive, and classified information through encryption according to the applicable Federal Information Processing Standard, FIPS, publication 140-2, Security Requirements for Cryptographic Modules, 25 May 2001. Countermeasures. A countermeasure is any action, device, procedure, or technique that meets or opposes, counters, a threat, vulnerability, or attack by eliminating, preventing, or minimizing damage, or by discovering and reporting the event so corrective action can be taken. Threats. Every United States Air Force information system has vulnerabilities and is susceptible to exploitation. Threats to information systems include, but are not limited to, any circumstance or event with the potential to adversely impact any operation or function through an information system via unauthorized access, destruction, disclosure, modification of information, or denial of service. There are 3 steps involved in protecting information systems from viruses and other forms of malicious logic. These steps include a combination of human and technological countermeasures to ensure the protection is maintained throughout the life cycle of the information system. Infection. Infection is the invasion of information system applications, processes, or services by a virus or malware code causing the information system to malfunction. Detection. Detection is a signature or behavior-based antivirus system that signals when an anomaly caused by a virus or malware occurs. Reaction. When notified of a virus or malware detection, react by immediately notifying your information system security officer and following local procedures. 1720. Mobile computing devices. Mobile computing devices are information systems such as portable electronic devices, laptops, smartphones, and other handheld devices that can store data locally and access United States Air Force managed networks through mobile access capabilities. All wireless systems, including associated peripheral devices, operating systems, applications, network connection methods, and services, must be approved prior to processing Department of Defense information. The Information Systems Security Officer will maintain documented approval authority and inventory information on all approved devices. All mobile computing devices not assigned or in use must be secured to prevent tampering or theft. Users of mobile devices will sign a detailed user agreement outlining the responsibilities and restrictions for use. 1721. Public computing facilities or services. Do not use public computing facilities or services, such as hotel business centers, to process government-owned unclassified, sensitive, or classified information. Public computing facilities or services include any information technology resources not under your private or United States government control. Use of email applications, messaging software, or web applications to access web-based government services constitute a compromise of login credentials and must be reported as a security incident. 1722. Communications security. Communications security refers to measures and controls taken to deny unauthorized persons information derived from information systems of the United States government related to national security and to ensure the authenticity of such information systems. Communications security protection results from applying security measures to communications and information systems generating, handling, storing, processing, or using classified or sensitive information, the loss of which could adversely affect national security interests. Communication security also entails applying physical security measures to communications security information or materials. Crypto security. Crypto security is a component of communication security resulting from the provisions and proper use of technically sound crypto systems. Transmission security. Transmission security is a component of communication security resulting from the application of measures designed to protect transmissions from interception and exploitation by means other than cryptanalysis. Examples of transmission security measures include using secured communications systems, registered mail, secure telephone and facsimile equipment, manual crypto systems, call signs, or authentication to transmit classified information. Physical security. Physical security is communications security resulting from the use of all physical measures necessary to safeguard communications security material from access by unauthorized persons. Physical security measures include the application of control procedures and physical barriers. Physical security also ensures continued integrity, prevents access by unauthorized persons, and controls the spread of communications security techniques and technology when not in the best interest of the United States and our allies. Common physical security measures include verifying the need to know and clearance of personnel granted access, following proper storage and handling procedures, accurately accounting for all materials, transporting materials using authorized means, and immediately reporting the loss or possible compromise of materials. 1723. Tempest. Tempest, formerly known as emissions security, is protection resulting from all measures taken to deny unauthorized persons information of value that may be derived from the interception and analysis of compromising emanations from cryptographic equipment, information systems, and telecommunication systems. The objective of Tempest is to deny access to classified, and in some instances, unclassified information that contains compromising emanations within an inspectable space. The inspectable space is considered the area in which it would be difficult for an adversary with specialized equipment to attempt to intercept compromising emanations without being detected. Tempest countermeasures such as classified and unclassified equipment separation, shielding, and grounding are implemented to reduce the risk of compromising emanations.